Good morning, everyone. I'm gonna make some tea and then I'm gonna give you just a little bit of an update for my 10 weeks. I am 10 weeks and 5 days today. So I'll give you a brief little update on that. I also have a doctor's appointment later, so I will talk about that. So I'm gonna get started on my tea. Alright, so I'm all settled in, made my tea, and I'm ready to share with you how week 10 has been going for me. So, I've been a little bit more sick this week. The beginning of this week was really, really rough. For like the first 2 to 3 days, I was just throwing up, and it was just so hard for me to take care of my kids. So unfortunately I had to call in another prescription for Zofran. I really, really didn't want to have to take it, but I shared that with you guys in a previous video, I think my last video. I shared with you about the oils that I used for that day and to help me with my sickness. So yeah, I don't really have any new symptoms this week. I just crave a lot of junk food. I want so badly to eat healthy, but you know, you gotta kind of eat what your body allows you to eat in the first trimester when you're sick, and it's hard to eat anything at all. So some of my cravings, I guess, is obviously a lot of French fries. I love French fries. I've really been craving Taco Bell, but I haven't bought it. We haven't gotten Taco Bell. We haven't really gotten a whole lot of fast food. I think last week I got me and the kids some McDonald's, and I don't ever eat fast food, ever. Like, I don't buy it. I mean, every now and then, I guess about once a week, because Tuesdays Happy Meals are like really cheap. So Tuesdays I've been getting the kids McDonald's because it's just a little treat for them, and that's all gonna end when school starts, so I'm not tripping out too bad about it. But last week I did get McDonald's for me and the kids, and it was awesome. But other than that, yesterday we went to a restaurant with my in-laws, and I ended up getting just like this big buffalo chicken sandwich and some garlic fries. They call them vampire fries. And I like fantasized about that meal like all day yesterday. Even after I was super full and everything, I just couldn't get enough. It was so good and I wanted more so bad. But that, and then I've just been craving like Dutch Bros, like Dutch sodas or their iced teas. Sorry about that, got interrupted again. It's inevitable with 2 children in the house. But anyways, so Dutch Bros I've been craving a lot. Not so much coffee, unfortunately, and if If you know me, I am a huge coffee snob. I love coffee. But as normal in early pregnancy, it's to me. I've been able to drink it like a handful of times. Not hot coffee though, it has to be iced. I really like Starbucks. I don't get really grossed out about, which is weird because I'm not like a huge Starbucks person, really. But I've been able to drink like Starbucks iced coffees with some of their white chocolate in it, and that's been really good. But I don't get it very often. I don't really drink coffee right now. I'll probably start drinking it a little bit more in my second trimester. Hopefully, God willing, I will feel better. I am so tired of feeling sick. I am so tired of feeling nauseous. Even when I'm eating, all my gag reflexes will start, and it turns me off to eating, which makes it hard because I really want to eat because I don't want an empty stomach. And it's just, I don't know. I don't remember being this sick with my other kids. Like, I had some nausea and I was turned off to coffee. With my son, I think I only threw up like a handful of times in my first trimester. Barely any. I just had some nausea a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. I worked and I was able to work with it. And same with my daughter. I think I only threw up maybe 2 or 3 times in the morning when I was pregnant with her. And I had some nausea, but like I said, I worked. And so, but this time I couldn't imagine working feeling this way, feeling so sick all the time. And like my balance is really off. I feel really like dizzy and lightheaded a lot of the time. And that makes the nausea worse. And then also another thing is heartburn. Everything gives me heartburn. The only thing that has not given me heartburn is pickles, which is normal because I actually use pickle juice for my acid reflux a lot of the time. Might sound weird, but it works. So if you're looking for a natural way to take care of your acid reflux, pickle juice. So I really like to eat pickles, and not because like I crave them, but just because they really help with that acid reflux. And yeah, I think just the nausea and the acid reflux are really the only like noticeable symptoms that I'm still having, and headaches. I get really bad headaches. I've actually had 2 migraines within the last 2 days, and I haven't had a migraine in, I couldn't even tell you how long. And I wake up every day with headaches, and I just can't get comfortable. And I think like not being able to get comfortable in my bed with my pillows or anything like that, it disrupts my sleep. And then it makes me super tired the next day, and that could bring on headaches. My neck and my shoulders feel really sore, and I know that could bring on headaches. And I know just the millions amount of hormones that are going through me right now can really make the headaches worse. So I think that's really about it. This week, the baby is the size of a prune. I don't have a prune to show you right now. I was really not prepared to do this video. It was such a long weekend. I mean, it went by really fast, but it was a really long weekend. And I wasn't able to get anything baby-wise, but I really still wanted to do a 10-week update video with you. So I did that today. And I also have a doctor's appointment today with my OB, and I believe he's just gonna ask some questions and then hear the heartbeat today. So that'll be cool. And then I did get referred to a I don't know if they're considered like a high risk office, but like people that have had complicated pregnancies that need just a little extra like keeping an eye on. That's where I'm going on Friday. So, and I'll be able to share that with you guys, how that went in my 11-week update. But basically, because my son, my firstborn, was born at 35 weeks with no warning, no rhyme or reason why. Originally, when I went into the hospital, I wasn't even in labor. I was having upper abdominal pain, and I was in the hospital all day long. And then before they decided to discharge me, they checked me and I was in labor. So that's what happened with that. Because there's no rhyme or reason as to why I went into labor at 35 weeks. They just like to keep a close eye on that. And then with my daughter, I was full term with her. I was induced at 39 weeks with her. And there was no issues. I mean, man, that labor was the easiest labor. I mean, I felt everything up to like 8 centimeters. And then I think that at 8 centimeters, I got my epidural. And I believe it only just started kicking in around the time of crowning, because I went from an 8 to a 10 all in like 10 minutes. And it happened just really fast. But I was thankful that I didn't have to feel like the ring of fire people talk about, but I was also able to feel enough that I was able to push her out quickly and smoothly, because I didn't have that with my son. I had my epidural for a very long time, like 24 hours. I was very numb. The cord was wrapped around his neck, and so I needed to push him out quickly. And I just couldn't. I couldn't feel, especially for someone who had never given birth before, it's really hard to know exactly how and where to push, even when they're telling you, and then being that numb on top of it just made it so much harder. So that was a rough delivery with him, but I got it together and I got him out in time, but it was rough. So my daughter's delivery, I couldn't have asked for a better delivery. I wanted to feel the labor. I wanted to feel the labor as long as I could. I didn't want to just cover it up with an epidural. But my doctor recommends that I do have an epidural for my deliveries, because I don't know exactly how the two are tied together. But I have heart problems. I was born with something called sick sinus syndrome, and because of that, I got my first pacemaker when I was 4 years old. And so I guess just all the pain that you go through delivery, and just how strenuous delivery is, can be really strenuous on your heart. That's the only way I could really put it, but they recommend that I have an epidural with my deliveries. But I was just really thankful with my daughter's delivery that I was able to feel the labor and get to go through it, because I didn't get to experience that with my son. And then the epidural just like kicked in right in time for me to push her out, and I just didn't feel the crowning and all that. So I'm hoping and praying that this delivery goes as well as my daughter's did. I would really like to feel the labor pains as long as possible, because that just feels more natural to me, even though I do end up have to get an epidural in the end. I want to feel it naturally as long as possible. Sounds crazy, I know, but that's just me. And I didn't even go into detail of why I had to be induced with my daughter. So my daughter had something called IUGR, and there was something not connected correctly, and so she was not growing as fast as she should be. At 39 weeks, she was born at 5 pounds 3 ounces. So she was perfectly healthy. She just was not growing as fast as she should have been. She wasn't getting the nutrients and everything. Hi, baby. Your tummy hurts. Can you say hi? Hi. Speaking of my daughter. But yeah, so that is my 10-week update. Nothing really new, just same old sickness, headaches, bloated, and craving junk food. But I will give you guys an update later on how my doctor's appointment goes. But till then, I'll see you later, guys. So I just got out of my appointment, and all is well with baby. We did well, he was checking the heartbeat with the doppler, and couldn't find the baby's heartbeat at first, and he said that that's normal because it's still really early to be listening to the heartbeat on Doppler. So he brought in like a little portable ultrasound machine real quick and found the heartbeat, so that was good. That was relieving. I got to see baby for a brief moment, and last time I saw baby I was 6 weeks and 5 days, so now I'm 10 weeks and 5 days, and baby has grown a lot. Actually looks like a little baby now. So yeah, I'm getting ready to head home. I just wanted to give you guys that quick update on how the appointment went, and I will see you later. So earlier I gave you guys a kind of a brief update as far as my 10 weeks, and then I gave you a brief update on how my appointment went, and so that pretty much like wraps up all that. But what I didn't add earlier in my update was that I have been struggling with sleeping. Maybe I did add that in there. I don't know. I have pregnancy brain so bad. I'm just so forgetful. It's awful. I feel like I'm losing my mind. But anyways, so he said that at my appointment that the nausea should start subsiding within the next 2 to 4 weeks. I'm very hopeful of that. I kind of already knew that because, you know, this isn't my first pregnancy, but just with how horrible I've been feeling, it just feels like it's never going to end. So it was really nice to hear that reassurance. He also recommended Unisom B6 and for nausea, and it's a sleep aid. So I'm not too sure about that because he said that, you know, you should be taking it 3 times a day, and because it's a sleep aid it makes you drowsy. Well, I'm already struggling with fatigue so much already. Who wants to be more tired during the day? But if you took Unisom B6 during your first trimester, let me know in the comments how well you liked it and if it made you really tired or anything, because I am pondering the idea of it because I just have not been sleeping well. I'm really sick of this nausea, and yeah, so I'm very indecisive about the Unisom, but please give me your recommendations down below because I would love to see what worked for you, if Unisom worked for you, if you had a negative effect with Unisom, let me know. So anyways, guys, it's been a long day. I'm going to wrap up this 10-week update. If you have any questions, something I did not cover, any recommendations, any positive comments, please feel free to comment down below. Please subscribe to my channel. I have so much planned coming up that I really want you guys to be a part of with me. So I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching my videos, guys, if you've been supporting me through this. I know it hasn't been that long, but I'm just appreciative of anybody that is willing to watch my videos. It's very hard to start off with, and these videos are very important to me, so all the support matters. Thanks, guys. I will see you later. Have a great night.